Hi again, guys. So today I'm going to show you how to build the brand new graded figure display case. It's a big one, so I'm lucky enough to have a big bench to put this on, but even my bench is probably too small for this. So I would advise when you're putting this together, put it either on like a dining room table or on a hard floor surface. But I'll try and build it in a way that would be how you would have to build it at home. So if I just talk you through the basic components, you've got one large back panel, which is underneath all this. And the bottom of it, this is important, is marked with a little letter B. So just make sure you check that before you start. You've got two long side panels, then bottom and top panels. You've got four edging panels. This pink is a protective film on the front. So we'll leave that on till the last minute. They've got a steel tape on the back that works against the magnets. You've got a variety of small acrylic shelves here, which we'll go through later. You've got fixing kit with everything that you should need in it. Got a bunch of magnetic names. Those are all done ready. You have then also got a load of pieces of angle. Now these are, you've got magnetic on one side and then double-sided tape underneath. There's 13 of these, 12 of them are the same, and then there's one which will be marked with bottom, and that again you'll see later will go on the bottom shelf. I've done, within it you'll have a rough layout. This just basically shows you that the first two shelves at the bottom are the deeper acrylic shelves. These are to accommodate thick cases like a man-o-man and things like that. You'll need either a cordless drill or a screwdriver as usual, a hammer and a roller if you've got one, but if not you can just hand apply the magnet and just make sure you push it down firmly. So without further ado, I'll clear some of this off and we can get started. Okay, so here's a fixing kit. We're going to take out three of the black 35mm screws, look like this. These are the ones that you'll use for all of the edging panels. And you can see here that my bench is actually not as wide as this. So again, this is just, so I'm trying to do this as best I can for you at home. So it's pre-drilled already. Basically you've got all of there's three holes on here. There's three corresponding holes in the back of here. So all you're doing is screwing that together. This bottom panel should line up nicely with the edges. And then we're gonna just screw that in, but be careful not to go, we don't want to over tighten it. So personally I have my torque setting down on 1. But even then, I don't do it until the torque kicks in. Just be really careful because otherwise you can split the wood. Okay, so we'll do that with the rest. Okay, so that panel's now done. I'm gonna just do the bottom end, and then once we've got the top and bottom, we can concentrate on the side because we can then push that panel onto the table a bit more and give us something to support the other one. Okay, so bottom panel and top panel are both done. So we're now just going to push this onto the bench a bit more. We can then grab a side panel. Get that lined up and screw it together. Now the first thing I'm going to do is, whoops, there's a hole here which actually screws into the side panel that you've just put on, and that's the best one to start with. If you do that on both ends, it just means that it's secure then if you need to move the panel around at all, and the side will stay where it needs to. So we'll get those in first. and get a new battery for the drill, I think. Okay, top end, same thing. Okay, so now that those two are in, we haven't screwed along yet, but it means that if we move it off the bench, it's not going to fall off. So I'm now going to do the same on the side of here as we did on here. This is all pre-drilled as well, so just run along the side, put the screws in there, and then we'll do the same on the other side as well, and then your basic box is complete. Right, all the sides are on now. So we've got a box. We now need to apply the mag tape to this front edge. It's all pre-cut. There are two short and two long in there. But what I like to do when I'm building these for myself is just get a hoover and just go around this front edge as much as you can, just in case there's any particles of dust on there. If you take that off, it means the mag's going to stick better. So we'll just do that first, and then I'll show you going around and fixing it. Right, so we'll start off by just taking the mag out of the packet. There we've got the two long ones and two short ones. So see if I can do it this way. You might be able to see a bit better. Just peel the back off. So just peel this backing off, and then this is a sticky side on there, and we're just gonna stick him down right to the edge. It's exactly the same thickness as the side panel, so you just need to line it up both sides, and then put plenty of pressure onto the top. I'm also going to use a roller on that. You shouldn't need to, because we're going to pin this as well in just a second, but I like to belt and braces these. Okay, and then you'll have in the fixings kit a load of 25mm panel pins. And I like to put them about every 2 to 250mm. So I come in from the edge, by about an inch, just because we want to avoid splitting the wood, and then do another one about 250mm further in. So this bottom piece is going to have 4 pins in it, but there'll be plenty of pins in your fixings kit, so if you want to put more in, it's entirely up to you. There's plenty there, but that should be enough. Because there's no full face panel on this one, it's not going to have to hold a lot, and you won't have to take it on and off all the time. So once that edging strip is on, I'll show you here, before I take the other stuff, take the protective film off, steel tape on the back. That's there, and all that does really is cover up where the lights are going behind there. So once those are on all the way around, you won't need to take them off again anyway. But it just makes transportation a lot easier, which means I can ship these overseas now. Hi, so the mag is on all the way around. We've pinned it, we've rolled it. So the box is now done. So we're going to do the shelves next. This is the exciting bit. The whole thing has been designed to take all styles of graded figure cases. So that's UKG, CAS and AFA. But it also takes GW acrylic figure cases, their new designs, which are slightly bigger than the graded cases. So it's actually been designed to suit GW cases, which means then all the other cases should fit. However, it's been designed in release order because they're all very different heights. You've got a couple of deep shelves at the bottom, which are also higher, so higher and deeper at the bottom. Then you've got a shallow, deep, deep, shallow. So all the way up, it's very important that the bottom is correct and the top is correct to get them in release order. However, with that said, because there are various heights and various depths of shelves, if you want to, you can customize it yourself by, putting in different, it doesn't have to be in release order. And you might find you do it in release order first, and then a little while later you think, I want to move that one there, move that one there. With this style of case, you can do that now because it's all been designed to be adjustable. So next up, we're going to take the film off. This has got protective film on it. We're going to have to take that off completely because once the shelves are in, you really struggle to take that off. So from this point on, we just need to be very careful not to scratch it or rub it. Okay, so we're going to peel the backing off now. Shiny. So the first two rows down here take a much deeper shelf, but there is an instruction leaflet in here to tell you this. But yeah, so we need to peel the front and back off these and get these in all the way across. And I'm not going to put it on there. So I'll just show you this first one. Peel that off, peel the other side off. Okay, and then that's just going to go in the outside. What you'll find is that some of these will be really tough to get in, and some of them might be easier than others to get in. They will all fit, but you might just need to give them a bit of a wiggle. It's the reason they're tight is that they need to be. What you don't want is for any of these to be loose and for them to be falling out. So I'm just going to go all the way along here and do all of these. You don't want to watch that. It's going to take ages, but it looks great when it's done. Okay, that took a while. So I think you're probably going to need to set yourself aside an hour just to put these in. But once these are in, I mean, it just looks great. I'm actually going to take you off there just to show you a little bit closer. Yeah, so now that all those are in, we're going to move on to the next stage, which is applying these mag strips to the angle. Okay, so we're going to fit the angle on now. We've done all the acrylics. So what you'll see is on the inside of this, there is a piece of double-sided, and then on the front, a piece of mag. And that is going to stick to the top of this shelf, like so. And then that gives us that front edge to put all our magnetic names on. So it's very straightforward, but I'll just show you anyway. So we peel that pink tape off, and then with the magnet facing towards us, line it up with the edge of the acrylic, and then just squeeze that glue onto the acrylic shelf. Make sure it's really secure. There we go. And I'll just grab one of the magnets and you can see how that works. So here we've got the full set of 100 names, and that just sits on there, and you can put that anywhere you like. But like I've said before, it's designed in release order but you can move things around within reason. And that's basically it. I'll finish putting these on, and then I'll maybe show you the edging strips once they're done. One thing I did forget to mention is one of the rails will have bottom written on it, and that one, funnily enough, goes on the bottom. Now, the only reason for sort of separating that one apart is that the tape is on a different edge, because this one is going to stick to the bottom of the timber, and then the lighting will go on top of it. So peel that one off, make sure there's no dust on. We'll do a similar thing. We'll bring it in, it needs to come in about 10mm from the edge. There we go. So now we can have the lights can run in here, and they can go behind that channel and then around the other edges. Okay, so nearly there now. Just going to do the lights. So I'm going to angle the camera down a bit so you can see what I'm doing. I'll just show you the start, and then probably round to the end to the finish. So we're going to start by just peeling a little bit of this tape back. And this is slotted on all four corners, so you can start it wherever you like, top, bottom, left, right, doesn't matter. I just normally try to bring it in a little bit so that the white part there, or the sleeve, is just sitting inside that slot. Make sure that first bit is stuck really well. Afterwards, it's quite useful sometimes maybe to put a little bit of super glue in there, or you can use one of the clips to screw onto the side there. It just gives you an extra bit of security, but what you should find is if this is stuck down properly, you won't need anything else. But this is the only vulnerable point, so if you wanted to, bit of super glue in there and that'll be fine. So we're now going to peel the rest of the tape off. We're going to go all the way around and then back to here, and then we'll cut it. And it's going to go, when you come back around this side, it's going to stick on the back side of this. We're just peeling the tape off as we go, doing about 20 inches at a time. Probably about a millimetre down from the magnetic tape. So I'm going to go all the way around now, and then we'll do the edge panels, and that's it. Okay, so I've gone all the way around with the lights, and I'm now, these are being stuck behind here, and I've got to the end and I've got over. So what I'm going to do is find the nearest cut mark, which is where there are two electrical points to the end. I'm going to cut that and then stick that down, and then we're done. Okay, so that's basically it. I'm just gonna turn these lights on so that you can see. I've got a little tester box here, so I don't need to run around and plug it into everything. So just turn you around. So we're just gonna flick on. And there we go. So now we'll just do these edge strips so that you can see the whole thing complete. But that's basically it. It's a long build, but still quite simple and very similar build in the main construction to the standard cases. So good luck. Okay, final bit now. This is just the icing on the cake. We're going to take this protective film off. We're going to place our panels around the edge, and then that's it. So just these can be approximate to start off with because they are all movable very easily. So I'll do the bottom end now. Sorry, top end. There isn't a left and right or a top and bottom on these panels. They're identical. They're just handed the other way around. So there's no getting it wrong on these. Stripe goes on the outside. That's the only important bit. We can line that up there. Same at the top. And then final piece. And there we go. Completely finished. I'll just switch the lights on again. But that's it. There we go. Graded figure display case complete. Now all we've got to do is put it up on the wall. So, one little tip I'll give you. First of all, on the back there's 6 sets of pre-drilled holes for the brackets for the wall. So that's straightforward and easy. The tip I would give you is to actually rest the bottom of it on a skirting board. That way the weight is spread evenly. You can lift it on, push it up to the wall, mark the fixings and get it drilled up real quick. See you again.